Hi folks, welcome back to my Fisher Tech channel. So here we are. Today is a log about the longest series on my channel, which is the iPhone 7 series because of the on button issue. And today here I will do the final considerations about all this. Which took me almost a month for understanding what the hell was going on. Pretty sorry for the customer, but those are shit that happens, especially with iPhones, especially with iPhone 7, which I've been told it's a device with a lot of issues. And now I will explain you in which kind of issue I occurred. So basically, I have this iPhone 7 of a customer of mine. She gave me for changing the screen. So I changed the screen the first time with a spare screen from Amazon or eBay, I don't remember. And I swapped the home button in this screen. And everything was working perfectly. So fine. I give back the phone to the customer, so on. 1 week after that, the customer gives me back the phone again because she broke the screen another time. No problem. So I ordered another screen, I fit it, I swapped the home button, and the home button didn't work this time with the screen. I must say that between one swap of the screen and another, I did an update of iOS, which is the 13.1, and then updated again to the 13.3. And this updating was in the middle of the swapping of the first and the second screen. So as I said before, the second screen wasn't recognizing the home button. So I said, I swapped back this broken screen. The home button was working, so I said, there's not an issue of the home button, it's the screen. So I contacted the seller and I said, the screen which you sent me is faulty, send me another one. And they sent me another. So I swapped this third screen, and the result was the same. The home button wasn't working. So I swapped back again the first screen, and the home button was working. So I said, this second screen, this third screen must be defective too. So there were the Christmas holidays and so on. I couldn't contact again this seller, and I bought another screen from a local here seller. Swapped it back, tried it, and the home button still wasn't work, and we are at the fourth screen. Fourth screen didn't work still, so I said, what the hell? What is a whole defective batch from two different sellers, and that can be as it cannot be. So I bought a fifth screen on the Amazon, swap it back again, and the home button still didn't work. That kind of freaked me out, because such a waste of time, waste of money on those screens. So I was tired of it. I couldn't understand what was going on. So I brought it to a fellow repairer and I said, please, with your batch of good screens, please repair the screen because my customer needs it. He tried it. He tried maybe 8 different screens which he had in shop, and no one of the screens were working. So he gave it back to me, said this screen is not possible to fix. So I wanted to understand really what was going on with this screen and with this home button. I must say, first of all, the home button have no issue. I checked it with the microscope, the flex is not damaged, the flex itself of the button is not damaged, and there are no visible damages. And I said before, this home button with one screen only works perfectly. So I've read on the internet that the issue could be because of this flex cable, which, as you can see here in this screen, for example, which is the donor of this screen, this ribbon screen, it's soldered in the back plate like this. You can see here, you can connect the home button, and it's soldered in the back plate. It's not soldered, it's sticky in the back plate like this. I've read on the internet that maybe this flex can be damaged, can be defective. So I swapped this flex from the first screen ever, which was with this phone, which I was sure that it worked. And guess what? This flex is not working again. So I went on reading on the internet, considering that I already opened this original, we can say, screen, which was the first, totally first screen. So I reopened, because on the internet is written the fault could be this flex, which is somewhere damaged, not this case, or the fault could be the backlight assembly itself, which, as you know, it's inside the backlight panel, fixed like this. Here you can see the cable. In fact, the backlight assembly would look something like this. So, for trying to fix this issue, I tried swapping this good connector, and I tried to swap those good backlights. And guess what? The screen and the home button still didn't work. So, in fact, after all, because in fact I couldn't fix this mobile. This mobile is somehow coupled, this home button is somehow coupled with this screen and this screen only. And with this screen only, the home button works. No matter the flex, no matter nothing, this screen is coupled only with the home button. Only with this home button is coupled with this screen only. If you look with the microscope at the flex cable, which is in the working screen, maybe, I don't know if I can show you like this. Yeah, maybe, but there's no focus. You can see all the lines which are here in this component. Basically, the component which works with the phone is the same. The only thing is that one of these side lines, it's ripped off from manufacturing process, I guess. It's ripped off sideways and it's touching the metal backplate. So this brought me to think that this component, which actually works with the home button and the screen, have a peculiar grounding. And this peculiar grounding of this flex cable in the screen, I don't know how, it allowed the home button to be coupled with the screen, so with the phone. So, one option is this, and I think it works together with the iOS update. Because the iOS update 13.1 was a pretty huge update, and I guess that while that update, the iPhone uninstalled and installed again the iTunes. And in that moment, when the iPhone uninstalled the iTunes and reinstalled it back, together with this peculiar grounding of this flex cable, somehow this brought to the coupling of the home button with this flex cable, and with this flex cable only. Now, because of this, maybe the only way to fix this issue, not the issue itself, because maybe the issue itself can be fixed with an iTunes restore, uninstalling and installing back again. But if you want this home button to work with any other backlighting and screen and flex cable, when you change this screen, you have to swap this exact component from the working one, from the broken screen working one, this one, to another screen with a fully functionally glass, we can say. But what's the issue? I already tried, as I told you, to swap these components to another screen, but the problem is that when you swap it, if you buy a brand new backlighting assembly, all these layers will be nice and stuck together. You just have to remove the old one, peel off the good one, the brand new, and stick it on. if you reuse an old one, you risk that all these layers will do this exact movement inside the backlighting, the plate. So when you reassemble everything, the screen will not be perfect. There will be shadows because of this moving of this part. So this phone could be fixed like this, but I didn't, because there was risk of obtaining such crap job. With this, I'm pretty stunned. I'm pretty sorry that I must give back this phone with the broken glass. But as you could understand in this video, this was an unfortunate situation. We were brought here by the issue of the updating of iTunes, together with this. The hell? Together with this peculiar grounding of this component. So for whoever occurred in this issue, I can say for sure that the issue itself comes not from the backlights by themselves. This issue is only with the flex cable, not the lighting one. Stick it together now. From this flex cable, because somehow it, for some reason, in this case a peculiar grounding, it make it coupling with the other. So you should swap this component and this component only. So those are my final considerations. Thank you for staying tuned, and as always, see you soon.